How's it going, everyone? I'm Sir James, coming at you guys with another custom lightsaber review. To continue on with the Ahsoka theme, we have Baylan Skoll's Apprentice's lightsaber here by the name Shin Hati. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I am not, I do apologize ahead of time. This particular lightsaber is made by TXQ, and the company which I have acquired this lightsaber from is by NSabers. If you're interested in this hilt or anything NSabers tends to offer on their site, I do have my very own affiliate link or code in the video description down below that you can use to get yourself a little bit of a discount if you so desire. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the hilt and see what my thoughts are. So here is a closer look at the hilt. I will say that when I saw photos online, I wasn't sure what to make of the saber, but it wasn't until I got it in my hands that I thought, wow, this is actually a very nice saber. It feels good in the hands, it looks great, and don't really have much to complain about, though I do have one thing to complain for sure. At the end here, we do have our D-ring. As far as buttons, this does feature two buttons. It's these little round bits here. You have one for your power and one for your aux, unless if you configure your Profi like I did, where I forgot to swap these back to normal, where right now it's currently activating as a one button setup instead of the normal two, but that is by me, user mistake. Got our blade plug in there. This does use the 1-inch blade size. And if you need to access the internals, such as your chassis, you're just going to go ahead and disconnect it right here at the bottom, like so. Just go ahead and connect it right in this section, just below the grip. Then you can go ahead and remove the chassis like so, featuring our Profi board right there. We also on the other side have a USB-C charging port and a removable battery as well, and this will plug in one way. As you can see, the different offset sizes. Just look on the inside, see how it connects, and go ahead and slide the pieces back in, and you are good to go. Now by default you will get over 20 lightsaber fonts, like 25 or so, and for the purposes of this review I am not using any of those included saber fonts, as I've showcased those fonts once before, actually numerous times I should say. And to continue on, like I said, with the Ahsoka theme, I've included a saber font package by Kyberphonic, which all the saber fonts I have on here that I've included are all related to, well, the Ahsoka live action show. So before we get to that, I need to go ahead and touch upon my one negative that I have with this. And I did address this to TXQ directly, so I hope they make improvements and fix this. And as for current customers like me, I'm not sure if there's options to get this exchanged, but as you guys know, when it comes to lightsabers, you have a couple of the different ways of wearing it. Some lightsabers like this feature the D-ring, and others will have a little black nub, which is called the cover tech well. Now for me, I like basically D-rings a lot better. Just the way it hangs just feels a lot more natural and comfortable for me. But again, you know, the important thing, regardless if it's a D-ring or cover tech well, is to ensure that that is very well secure. Because if people are strapping their lightsabers on their side to wear it around, the last thing that you want is for it to just fall off and get damaged, regardless if you spend less or a lot of money on your lightsaber. Trust me, that's no fun. And the day that I received this hilt literally took me probably less than a minute to find one issue with this hilt, and that is actually the D-ring. Now again, this might change later on with the production, but at least for mine, just to kind of, again, I like to be front and honest with you guys, this D-ring is terrible. It's not very secured, and the reason why is because it takes no effort to remove it off the section where it's supposed to go into. No effort whatsoever. I don't even have to try to unhinge it. And what that tells me is that if I were to have worn this with me, like if I brought it to Disneyland the day that I received this hilt, this would have fallen off my belts and gotten damaged or even lost along the way before I even realized it. And it's a good thing I did not do that, but I just wanted to go ahead and warn you here and now. Now, yes, I could fix this by taking a drill bit, drilling out those holes, and putting a more proper D-ring But again, it's something that people shouldn't have to do out of the box. But that's my only negative. So let's go ahead and insert a blade and take it for a spin. I mean, literally, we're gonna, spin the saber around for sure. Now, of course, by default, just in case if you guys haven't seen my reviews before, it does come with its very own saber case. As you can see with NSabers, comes with a blade, all the necessary tools and items that you need to use it, display it, all that fun stuff, so you don't have to go out and figure out what you need or if you're missing something. Go ahead and put that there. Go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and turn off this light right now. I will say that as far as the blade sitting in here, in fact, let me go ahead and kind of adjust the D-ring, because the blade does sit relatively deep into this hilt. Because sometimes, lightsabers, they're always a mixed bag. Some sit relatively deep, some are very shallow. And let's see here. Want to make sure that I have this all the way in. Okay, I believe I have it all the way in. So to kind of give you an idea, I'm just going to go ahead and put my finger on the end here. So you have this much of the blade that sits right inside of the hilt. So pretty much very well and secure. As far as sections to screw in, you do have a total of 1, 2, and 3 sections to where you will be tightening the blade at. One of them is a little bit higher, the other 2 are a little bit of lower sections of the blade, so I feel like it kind of helps balance between the secure points for the blade. And the blade does feel indeed secure when swinging around, just like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and go to font number 1 to be more proper to the character. Here we go.
Shin Hati.
Shin Hati. And this is her lightsaber font. So the
release her.
There you go. So the force effect on there is the scene where she's choking Sabine Wren after Baylan Skoll promised that no harm shall come to her. Which again, Baylan Skoll is just a really cool character. I just don't know what to think of this apprentice, to be quite honest. I don't think I have much to say at the moment. Hopefully, her character might develop, but we'll see. So a very nice font indeed. So let's just go ahead and cycle through some more fonts and just kind of mess about.
Morok.
Morok, the Inquisitor brought back to life. But as far as the hilt, it is really, really comfortable. Easy enough to wield, whether it's a 2-hand or if you want to wield it as 1 hand. Something about holding this as a 2-handed stance, it feels, I don't know, maybe in my opinion, a lot better. And the grip feels good too. It's not like super grippy, like, I don't know what to reference, to be quite honest. Like, if you ever had some kind of grip and you can tell by the grippiness of it, I won't say it's like that, but just like how it feels where the handle was, it feels really comfortable. And it feels good while you're spinning the saber too.
Anakin.
Now, of course, also I forgot to mention that unlike the last review where I alternated some of the files that Kyberphonic had for the font package, this is just if you were to take the Kyberphonic fonts, toss into a folder without editing or adding anything. This is how it's all going to be straight up. No additional dialogues, nothing besides what's there by default. I keep joking around that
General Anakin Skywalker.
one day I'm going to be hitting that camera. So if you remember, the font that I had on here for the dialogue was, you know, I gave you a choice to live or die, and that's when I activated Anakin's red lightsaber. There's another one that I'm actually going to be probably doing in its place, which is You Lack Conviction, and with the whole like in and out between Anakin and Vader's voice, I think be a little bit more proper.
Come on, Snips.
Ahsoka, early Clone Wars.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, late Clone Wars. Hit my leg on that one, so technically I'll be missing a leg right now.
Morgan Elsbeth.
Night Sister.
On directory not found.
That's for the
Sokatano.
battery, by the way.
Do you know Ezra Bridger? He's my friend.
Sabine.
Yeah.
During the Ahsoka's little training with Huang.
Ezra?
Ezra Saber. Fun. Let's say Ezra Saber. I do have a surprise for that one. And
Baylan Skoll.
Baylan Skoll. And back to
Shin Hati.
just like that. So very, very nice. Again, just wielding this and swinging it around, especially with two hands, it feels really, really good. And I don't have any issues with it. Like I said, the only real negative that I have about this lightsaber, and it's the most important part because, you know, I want to be able to wear it onto my belts, but this D-ring here is not secured at all, and I would not be able to wear this on my belt as it is, unless if I were to somehow fix that myself, or unless if TXQ wants to swap out this bottom piece, because this section does technically come apart right there, so they could probably give you a new one if you happen to have the old ones, assuming that they do changes to this. I'm hoping that they do. I mean, they've been improving quite a bit actually, so I feel like they could. But yeah, what do you guys think about Shin Hati's lightsaber? Let me know in the comment section down below. While I don't know what to make of her character as far as the show goes, she does have a very nice lightsaber indeed, and one that is great to have in the collection, or to go ahead and add, assuming you have Baylan Skoll's lightsaber to go with it, if you want to go ahead and go for that Master and Apprentice look in your initial collection. Now, before you guys go, I have another saber. I mean, I have lots of sabers, let's be quite honest here. But there is another saber that I'll be reviewing this week, as I know this video is a little bit of a day behind. But since we're kind of doing a little bit of Ahsoka theme, we got Baylan Skoll, Shin Hati, and we have Ezra's third lightsaber. That is right. I have Ezra's newest lightsaber right here, so I figured to kind of somewhat wrap up, at least for what I have right now. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Ezra's third lightsaber for this week's review. This one is also made by TXQ, and let's just say that for this one, I have a lot of things to say, and in a good way. But until then, thank you guys for tuning in this review. I hope you have a wonderful week, and always remember, may the Force be with you.